The Kingdom of Brunei is one of Southeast Asia's smallest nation-states in terms of population. Few as they are, Bruneians are a wealthy bunch. The country records a GDP per capita of about $71,000. That's the fifth highest in the world. And while the Malays are the majority here, Brunei is also home to a thriving Chinese community, whose presence is felt most by their many businesses in the city center. They're mainly Hokkien speakers whose ancestors originated from China. Through trade and cultural exchanges, China and Brunei have sustained their friendship for more than 1,000 years. Today, the Chinese make up just over 10% of Brunei's population, and being small has made them even more passionate about preserving their cultural roots and identity.
中华文化来说，华人你的根你必须留住，所以你必须要把这些文化传承下去，再加上透过这些中华文化，能够使到现在的华人子弟进一步的了解中国的情况，加上中国的节气，这个是很有必要去把中华文化发扬光大的。
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Here, stop.
啊呀咿哟咿吼，啊呀咿哟咿吼，啊呀咿哟咿吼嘞咿哟。啊哈来沙哈来，沙巴的沙瓦迪卡，让我在这里欢迎你到来。啊呀咿哟咿吼，啊呀咿哟咿吼，啊呀咿哟咿吼嘞咿哟。
This is Bandar Seri Begawan. Despite being one of the wealthiest countries in the world, Brunei's capital remains modest and unassuming. The streets are quiet, peaceful, and void of crowds. So it's only the city's resplendent mosques that offer traces of the country's vast oil riches. It is also here, in Bandar Seri Begawan, where most of Brunei's Chinese community reside. The capital is home to the only Chinese temple in the country, and that other, equally prominent Chinese landmark. This is the Chonghua Middle School, the oldest Chinese school in Brunei, and also the most popular one among the local Chinese. Most Chinese kids in Brunei are enrolled here, about 3,500 of them today. That's a far cry from when it first started in 1922, with just 2 teachers and 20 kids.
当时都是先贤们到南洋来要办这个华文的教育，希望能够把中华文化加以发扬光大。那讲到文中，跟其他比如说音校还是政府学校最大的不一样，就是华文这个科目的授课的情况。在政府学校还是这个音校，他们或是以课外活动来办这个中文课，或是选科。但是呢，在我们学校呢，华文是必修科。
Ko Guiklan is a second-generation Bruneian Chinese. And she isn't just the principal of Chonghua, she's also one of its alumni from the class of 1974.
身为文中的这个一份子，而且又从华校毕业，那觉得我们会有这个使命，来肩负起这个传承中华文化的这种精神。因为我是这边长大，所以对校内当老师的情况会比较了解。
Guiklan feels that the key to promoting Chinese culture is in having a strong foundation in the language.
还有这个武术方面，我想对孩子的这个在
To do that, she's recruited a number of teachers like Liu Linyang and Du Yan, directly from China. These Chinese members make up 17 out of a total of 159 teachers in the school.
最重要的是要提高学生学习华文的兴趣。
Du Yan, who hails from Sichuan province, arrived at Changhua 3 years ago to teach the lower primary school kids.
我觉得到文莱来教书的话，既是一个锻炼自身的机会，又是一个可以到海外来更好的传播中华文化。我觉得这是一件非常有意义的事情。小朋友们还记得吗？读对了，你们读。大家读。他们在家里也不是有说华文的环境，他们习惯了讲英文，所以学习华文、理解一些华文词语，怎样说句子，对于他们来说非常的难。请你说。对，妈妈生病了，生病。
It's not just the teachers who come from China, but some of the curriculum as well. 5 years ago, Changhua collaborated with research institutions in China to revamp its Chinese syllabus and curriculum. The idea was to increase the vocabulary of their students in a more systematic way.
学生在小三完成小三之后，最少可以认识到1500个字，认字。当然，认字之后4、5、6，我们为什么做衔接改革？你必须要运用上。你没有用巩固这1500个字，你无法运用的话，你等于白教了。你过了3年你就忘了。啊，这是华文教育改革的过程。
The Chinese kids have gained from Chunghua's methods, and so too have their non-Chinese classmates. The school has recently welcomed an increasing number of Malay and Indian pupils, who, by the looks of it, are making very good progress in learning Chinese.
和弟弟，你追我赶。
Trade between Brunei and China can be traced back to some 2,000 years ago, when Chinese merchants arrived by boat to acquire items like betel nuts, birds' nests, and tortoise shells. Today, trade relations between the two countries remain strong, with crude oil being Brunei's main export to China. China, on the other hand, is heavily involved in several major infrastructure projects in the Sultanate. These close economic ties, coupled with China's ascent in the global economy, has enticed some non-Chinese to pick up the language. Bruneian parents are also keen to get their kids to learn Chinese. Sures and Tulasimani sent their daughter, Shamita, to Changhua Middle School when she was just 3 years old. She's now in primary 6. And it's easy to see and hear how well she's taken to the language.
然后那个英文作文，
英文作文，哪一个英文作文？
因为我们学的那个400多字，我们没有用，干嘛？
Even outside of class, Mandarin is still Shamita's preferred language when chatting with her friends.
革命变好文。
But there was a time when Mandarin didn't come this naturally to her.
韩国熊，
韩国熊。
I started learning Chinese in K1 when I was 3 years old. And at the beginning, I thought that Chinese was very hard because there was pinyin and the characters and a lot of things going on. I think now Chinese has become a lot easier and interesting because of all the teachers who helped me to learn.
那个翻译是我不知道。
We believe that if she gets into a workforce or even when she is in business in future, that language will be of a great helpful for her to execute her life. And it has worked because we brought them to China and we saw how they actually mingle around and maneuvered through a lot of conversation with the locals. And I think it was really an advantage of knowing the language itself.
Chunghua doesn't just promote Chinese culture through the language alone. They also do it through the arts. After lessons, the kids get involved in a myriad of Chinese cultural activities. For Shamita, her first brush with calligraphy got her hooked immediately.
We learned Chinese calligraphy, and I think it's very elegant and very hard to get it right. It's still a bit difficult, but I can get the hang of it a bit, like holding the brush straight.
第一个点比较矮，第二个点可以稍微高一点。
It helps that Shamita has a dedicated teacher like Du Yan, who's willing to coach her even outside of school hours. The two of them share a unique and unlikely bond, one that transcends differences in culture and nationality, but made possible by a common love for the Chinese language. Shamita's story is one that Chunghua's founders would never have dreamt of when it was founded in 1922. Credit for that should go to Ang Sui Chuan. 78-year-old Sui Chuan is one of Brunei's most prominent businessmen, and he served as chairman of the school board for close to 11 years, during which time he made it a point to promote greater understanding of Chinese culture to non-Chinese Bruneians.
我们本地的友族，他们对这个华人的文化不是很了解，所以我们身为一个华人，必须要把华文的文化介绍给我们的小孩子、下一代，包括我们的友族。然后呢，他懂了我们的文化，那么我们就比较容易接触。
Sui Chuan stepped down as chairman 8 years ago, but he continues to do his part to promote Chinese culture in an area he is most passionate about. This is the Brunei national Wushu team, formed by Sui Chuan in 2007. The team is funded by the Brunei Wushu Federation, which was also set up by Sui Chuan. Wushu, literally translated as martial arts in Chinese, has its origins in the Xia dynasty. And in Brunei, Sui Chuan has been instrumental in making this ancient art form a mainstream sport.
当初整个亚细安国家，所有的国家都已经有武术总会了，文莱是没有成立。我们成了这些武术的目标，我们武术的重点最重要是培养国家人才。
To groom the talent, the team needed a good coach. One with not just passion for the sport, but also a desire to promote it to everyone. Sui Chuan found just the man in Li Hui. Li Hui's life revolves around Wushu. He started practicing from the age of 7 and eventually became coach of a professional team in his home province of Hebei. Now, Li Hui wants to pay it forward by promoting Wushu and all that's beautiful about it to new audiences.
最难的部分呢，当时是基本功了。基本功是一个基础，然后呢，他的动作和跳跃。首先，武术的这种精神，你的意志，培养你遇到困难，你不要去退缩。这最主要是从你的精神上培养你的意志，然后呢，从体质上，你的身体的灵活性上都有很大的进步。
Li Hui is a lucky chap who's hardly homesick, thanks to Mum's cooking. It was 9 years ago when he came over to take up his assignment as Brunei's national Wushu coach. Mum and Dad and his wife Chunjie finally joined him 2 years ago, along with his sister and niece. The entire family has since settled nicely in their newly adopted home. the Gadong night market is popular among the Bruneians. It's also one of Li Hui's favorite haunts. He loves Brunei street food and comes here every week. Kenny, Li Hui's closest friend in Brunei, is a very willing partner in these food joints. He met Li Hui at a Wushu expo when he was back on a study break from Australia.
I was like, Brunei got Wushu? Because I never knew that. So when I get a chance, I went there to see what they're doing, and from there I get to know them. Yeah, so I actually trained myself in Wushu for a number of months to try out what's Wushu like that.
Kenny joined Li Hui's Wushu classes for adults. They've remained close friends ever since.
对，蒙古的。上次我们去蒙古带那个苏菲阿弟他们去参加那个亚洲锦标赛的时候，我们就吃的那个。
He's very friendly, and his instructions is pretty precise, and so in the end, we're Chinese, so we just hang out. It's like, okay, where to eat, this and that. So we became friends just like that.
Friends like Kenny help to orientate Li Hui in a foreign land where Chinese is the minority, and Mandarin isn't the lingua franca. For someone who didn't speak a word of English or Malay when he first arrived, Li Hui has come a long way.
羊肉，哦，还 speak Chinese 啊？哦，哎，good，干杯啊！0 minute， 5分钟以后开始，南拳 short movements，苏菲呢南棍，塞勒巴斯，站到心里。OK，nice，good， 苏菲，紧刚挂。其实我来文莱呢，这个武术是从零开始的，当时很多学生不了解什么是武术，但是你要说功夫我知道他们是可从电影上看到的。我们要到学校里边去，给小学生去展演什么是武术，然后呢，我亲自做示范给他们看，他们会这样会明白，这样的武术，功夫，所以他们就这样有兴趣。OK，Mas mesti lumban. Hari ini OK boleh ya?
Adi and Sufi are stars of Li Hui's team, and they feel perfectly at home with their Chinese friends, who form the majority of the team's membership.
Rush. 1, 2, show off. Here, push more. And then go. Here.
The brothers are born and bred Bruneians who had little knowledge of Wushu before meeting Li Hui. They first came to Li Hui's team trials as absolute beginners.
Here, stop. 2 seconds. Slowly, slowly. 当时我去学校里看到他们的时候呢，他们的这种测试，我要测试他们跑步这个速度，然后呢要跳跃，看他们跳得高不高，还有身体的灵活性、柔韧性，都综合性的。这种爆发力，他们的爆发力很强的，特别是阿弟他那种突然间的加速，突然间的那个跳跃，我看到他这一点，就说我具备他具备有这个先天条件的苗子。show off。OK。苏菲呢，这个他是里边的老大，他会去安排的这个兄弟之间的这个训练。而且他也是个吃苦耐劳的运动员。大 one。
You thought we should be around 10 years old. He was 9.
They're 17 and 18 now. The brothers have become passionate scholars of the art and culture of the sport. Although it was something else about the martial art that piqued their interest in Wushu in the first place.
We're interested because of the weapons, actually. The sword, the kun, the stick. That's why we love to try rather than doing nothing at home.
Really glass. Wait. Sing it.
Wushu is quite fun and interesting from what we've seen in movies, like the action movies by Jet Li and Jackie Chan.
Of course, as far as Bruneians are concerned, Adi and Sufi are the Jackie Chan and Jet Li of Brunei. Because they're practically celebrities here. They're the pride and glory of the national Wushu team. They've won medals throughout their career, but none more important than a team bronze at the Southeast Asian Games, Brunei's first ever men's medal in the sport, achieved at the region's most prestigious games. The boys owe it all to their tireless coach and mentor.
It has been 8 years right now, with coach almost 9.
You know the Gayo must have a...
We understand each other already. From body language, we know what he means.
Body language, body language.
Because we see him every day, we train with him every day. It's like second father to us. Without Coach Li Hui, we won't be able to where we are right now or represent our country right now. And without Coach Li Hui, we won't be able to get those medals because he was the biggest part of biggest thing that my team needs in Brunei to achieve our medals.
The Chinese community in Brunei may be small, and traces of their history scarce. But size never got in the way of them building a presence for themselves. After more than 1,000 years since their ancestors arrived, Chinese Bruneians have proudly continued their customs and their passions. And now, with the help of new friends from the old country, they've managed to share the best of their culture with others as well, producing a renaissance cherished by all.